What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the South Louisiana Dynasty here on Maximum Football 2020, using that PS5, of course, because we like to step things up a little bit around here, and we take on a Philadelphia team. And I don't know how Maximum Football does this. They've played 10 games in 9 weeks. I don't know how they managed to accomplish that. I know sometimes, like, later on in the season, the scheduling gets a little bit wonkier, but, I mean, nothing that really we can do about. We got 4 more games left, and this is one of them, a big match event. This could be a team we could potentially face in the conference championship game, depending on how the rest of the season plays out. But before we get into any gameplay, though, let's go ahead and take a look at our recruiting board, see what's going on over there. So needless to say, recruiting is still going really good for our football program. We signed 2 more guys to join the squad. We are going to go ahead, reinforce our wide receiver core by signing Chris Signer, 6'1", 176 pounds. So we need to get him into the weight room just a little bit. I like his size, though. The 215 prospect could be a good fit, you know, a rotational piece for sure, next to the 2 wide receivers, 2 to 3 wide receivers actually, that we brought in last year. Be a really good compliment for those 3 guys, you know, can step in as that 4th, 5th wide receiver. And then we also signed another 3-star prospect for our offensive line, Salen Briscoe. This is a massive human being, man. 6'8", 334 pounds. The Monroe, Louisiana product. He's got some size. He's very loyal to his teammates and coaches, man. So he will fight for his teammates every single play he's out there on the field. I don't know how much he'll be out there on the field. He is not graded the highest, B- overall. So maybe not one of the better prospects in this recruiting class. Only the 645th prospect. But could be a nice little rotational piece and maybe eventually an emotional leader for this football team. So with that being said, let's go ahead and not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get into this thing, man. If you're excited, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Let's go ahead and go on the road to play against the Philadelphia Dragons. Let's get it, boys. Alright, guys, so the Philadelphia Dragons are going to go ahead and get to kick things off here as we go ahead now, see what Martin's got in the pocket, facing some pressure, but does get it out to the outside, although it is incomplete. So it does leave to a 2nd and 10. Looks like they're going to try to run it over to the right-hand side. Instead, it ends up being a pass, and Martin going to be slicing and dicing and finds Marty downfield. Doesn't even end up being tackled. He just goes ahead and gets himself some great field position to work with, and eventually Jones fumbles the football away. We get the football back. O'Meal Regel gonna be falling on it. So a promising drive by the Philadelphia Dragons does end in disappointment, and it's now our time to go ahead and get this football. Gonna get Matt Looney on the ground trying to cut it to the inside. It does end up being a 1st down. As now we'll go ahead now and see what Anderson's got. Anderson's going to take it to the outside for Matt Looney, and Matt Looney is going to pick up a good chunk of yardage as well. He picks up a 1st down as well. And that gets him across the 40-yard line. As Looney getting ready to go, going to hand it off once again. Matt Looney making some guys miss, and this Philadelphia Dragons team, you know, they are playing tough, but Matt Looney is just finding those holes and making some guys miss, though. As Damian Anderson will look to try to run it in the end zone. He's got space to work with. He's going to find himself in the end zone. Touchdown, South Louisiana. And the number 2 team in the entire country strikes first. We will go ahead and give ourselves a 7-0 lead here in this 1st quarter. As now we go ahead now and see how this Philadelphia Dragons squad is going to go ahead and respond. Martin's going to drop back, trying to throw it out to the perimeter, finds Corral, and Corral is going to pick himself up a nice little 1st down as it leads to yet another 1st and 10 as Martin Dropping back once again. He's looking. Going to throw it over the middle. Had his guy, but just could not get it there. Just a little bit off target. It does make it 2nd and 10, though, as Martin will look to drop back the pass again, trying to get it out to the perimeter, but that's also incomplete. So some missed timing there makes it 3rd and long. Is now see if our defense can go ahead and get him off the field here, as Martin dropping back. He's looking over to the right-hand side, and it's going to be incomplete. So the Philadelphia Dragons are going to go ahead. They are going to punt this football away. And now we got the ball back in our hands. Going to go ahead, call ourselves a little bit of an audible here. Looks like they're really trying their best to go ahead and try to get things, trying to send the blitz on us, but we make them pay for it in a massive way. Davy Smalls finding the end zone once more. Touchdown, South Louisiana. And how about Damian Anderson making an adjustment at the line of scrimmage? It makes it 14-0. And now we have this Philadelphia Dragons squad on their heels now, as Martin will drop back. He's looking around, going to face some pressure. He's going to get out of the pocket, though. He will end up being brought down by a couple of SLU defenders. It still is a 1st down, though, as they look to run again. This time a quarterback sneak, and this time Martin just going right up the gut. He picks himself a nice chunk of yards, a gain of 5, as it leads to a 2nd and 5. As Martin looking to throw once again, gets it out to Torres. And Torres, even though he was chopped down quickly by Jordan Lawrence, he hangs on, makes the catch. In Philadelphia, they are across the 50-yard line. They got themselves a really good drive going right here, as Martin just continues to find ways to get out of this pressure. I don't know how he manages to do just that, but it does end up leading to yet another 1st down. So 1st and 10 coming up. Martin dropping back. He's looking around. Going to go ahead and slide down for a gain of 8. As it does lead to a 2nd and short. Is now Martin dropping back. Going to go ahead and get it out to the right-hand side. And going to have to be incomplete. So another 3rd and short coming up here. As now we got Martin in the shotgun. He's got a running back in the backfield. 4 wide set. Bunch to the right. Martin looking to throw. He's going to get out to the perimeter. He finds Curl, who not only picks up the 1st down, but makes it just a few yards away from getting their 1st touchdown in the game and tying this game, or not tying it necessarily, but making it a 1-possession game. But the defense will at least stand up. They get the goal line stand. So Philadelphia is going to put together a really good drive. Got to give credit where credit is due. But that being said, we do at least go ahead and make them settle for a field goal. But we still find ourselves up 14-3. And they got to kick this football back over to us. There's no onside kicks in maximum football. You know, no funny business, nothing like that in this game. So we'll see if we can get a big return from Tyler Tucker. We know he's a dangerous human being. And you're seeing it right here as Tucker takes it to the outside. He does end up getting caught. We'll be brought down at the 44-yard line, though. And we get some phenomenal field position. Let's see if we can take advantage of it, though. As Anderson will try to drop back. He's going to throw over the middle at the last second. Finds Tyler Tucker, who makes some guys miss and gets across the 35-yard line. Before we go ahead and get ourselves into the end of this 1st quarter. We're up 14-3. We got a drive going. We are certainly looking like the number 2 team in the country. So 1st and 10 from the 33, and they only got 7 men on the box against us. Yo, we got to keep running the football on that. We're going to make them learn. You got to load this box on us. You got to load it up. Otherwise, it's going to be barbecue chicken, man. You cannot get away with putting as little people on the line of scrimmage as we do, man. It simply cannot happen. You know, especially with these kind of looks right here, you know, doing the 3D prevent. Oh, that's a hole we're going to run through any day of the week. But we have a holding penalty. To Badman, give us a holding penalty. So instead of it being 1st and goal, it's 1st and 20. all the way on the 24. So trying to make something shake with Anderson. Trying to throw it over the middle of the field, but we can't connect. It's going to be an incompletion for us. As now 2nd and 20 is coming up for us here. Going to try to pass it and try to get it a little bit of distance to work with, but we just simply run out of time. Got to try to throw it towards the end zone. Try to throw it up, but that's also going to be incomplete. So now a 3rd and 20. Should have been 1st and goal, but that holding penalty holding us back. They only rushed 4 people, but we faced pressure though. We got nowhere to go trying to throw it. And it's also going to be incomplete. So a promising drive that could have, actually should have finished in a touchdown. It's going to end in a field goal attempt. Looks like it's going to be about a 40-yarder for Ben Blue. We'll see if he's got it. And he gets it up there. And he does end up going ahead and drilling it through for us. So at least we're not leaving empty-handed necessarily. We do carry a 17-3 lead, as it does get us 1st and 10 here, as Martin dropping back, looking to the right-hand side. He's got his running back in Jones. It's a foot race, and Roswell has to come in there and make that tackle. If it wasn't for that, that could have been 6. But Philadelphia Dragons, they're cooking once again. As Martin, he's got a clean pocket to work with. He's going to try to run it right up the gut. We just had a wide, butt-naked hole to run through. No problem there whatsoever, as it does lead to 2nd and 3. As Martin dropping back, looking around, going to throw to the right-hand side. That finds Jones on the outside, and it's going to be for a massive 1st down. As now the Dragons are in a goal line situation. They can make this a 1-score game, but not if Gerald Perry has anything to say about that. As it gets them to a 3rd and goal from the 14. Martin looking, trying to get it over the middle, but is met by Royale, who lays down the lumber. And it forces yet another field goal attempt on this Philadelphia Dragons special teams unit. Although, no problem for them. Going to get the field goal up, and it is going to be good. So we get another few points on the board. Makes it 17-6. As they got to go ahead and kick this football back over to us with about 3 minutes left to play here in this 1st half. As Tyler Tucker still looking for his 1st special teams touchdown today. It's been a little bit since he scored. As Tucker, he might have heard me. He's going to find himself in the end zone, and it's going to be a real easy touchdown for Tyler Tucker. The senior gets it up in there. And the lead continues to grow. Now make it 24-6. As the Philadelphia Dragons, they're just looking for their footing right now. They've had good drives. They just haven't been able to finish like we've been able to. Like plays like this, they're able to get some good plays like that going downfield. As it does lead to yet another 1st and 10. As Martin dropping back. He's looking over the left-hand side. But that pass will end up being broken up. And the incompletion does stop the clock for the Dragons, but does also make it 2nd and 10. As Martin, he's looking around once again. He's going to get over the middle. Makes some guys miss. He's in open field now. This could be trouble. Thankfully, someone is there to at least go ahead and make the tackle for us. But, oh my goodness, we cannot continue to allow these scrambles. When we play better teams outside of the American Conference, that could be some big trouble for us here, man. As Talisi going to go ahead. Easy 1st down for him as well. As it is going to go ahead. Make it 2nd and 6. Is now Martin going to get it to the outside. Gets it to Money. Money able to get it out to the perimeter. And it is going to be good for a 1st down. As it does get him into a goal line situation. Philadelphia will take their 2nd timeout. And it's now 2nd and goal now. Martin dropping back. He's going to look over the middle, but it does end up being broken up. It is incomplete. As it does make it 3rd and goal. All the way on the 11. Can we get another goal line stand and force another field goal? Martin dropping over the middle and finds Cure in the end zone Touchdown, Dragons! And Philadelphia, man, comes through. They get that touchdown that they're finally looking for, and they cut this thing down to an 11-point game. But with 1:20 left to play here in this first half, is that too much left on the clock for what can be a very explosive South Louisiana offense? Is this Tyler Tucker's second touchdown? It's going to be. Oh my, Tyler Tucker, you didn't even have to do him like that, man. Look at you go, my guy. And we're going to end up scoring 31 points here in this first half. We have a commanding team, one of the best teams in our conference. We are now up 31-13. And we also get the ball to start the second half. Let's finish this domination. So let's go, baby. Second half now underway. We ended the first half with a special teams touchdown. We'll love to see if we can start the second half with the same thing as Tyler Tucker. Maybe he can mess around and get himself a hat trick. He's got some good blocking in front of him. He's going to get it to the outside. He's got some space. And is he going to make it number 3? Yeah. Oh, man. Thought he was going to get to that outside. He had that corner. I really thought he had it, man. But, hey, you know what, though? We get some fantastic field position to work with. We're going to be in basically their territory to start things out. We just got to complete some passes. But that's not it right there. An incompletion there to make it 3rd and 6. We cannot go 3 and out right now. We simply cannot have that. As Anderson will look to throw over the middle. Does find Davy Smalls, the forgotten man, who has been more electric as of late. Now makes it 2nd and 12. Is now Anderson dropping back. He's looking over, trying to find some space to work with. Throw in the last second, and it nearly ends up being intercepted. And it does make it 3rd and 12. Obvious passing down. They got the DBs out there to match our wideouts. Anderson looking. He's got a ton of time, though. Finally settles in on Tyler Tucker. He's doing some work in the special teams and does it on offense as well. Another first down. It keeps the drive alive. Is now Matt Looney looking to get involved here in this running game. Get that started in the second half. He's had some good runs, but he hasn't broken necessarily the massive touchdown run that we usually have seen. But when you're still winning as much as we are, man, we don't complain. And we can even get other running backs involved. George DeYang, the season 1 star, was surpassed by Matt Looney in terms of talent. He gets a little bit of love in the end zone, man. He's going to get his first score in a minute. His only carry of the day so far. It does end up making this a 38-13 ball game. We're starting to pull away here. And that does mean the Dragons, they need to respond with a touchdown of their own. As Martin dropping back. He's looking. He's going to look to try to scramble. Gets away from a couple of defenders. He ends up going ahead and picking himself up a first down as well. Is now 1st and 10 coming up for us here. Is Martin going to run once again up the gut. He picks up a gain of 7. So now 2nd and short coming up here. I would not be shocked if they went ahead and ran this football once again. They will with Mooney, and Mooney going to go ahead. He finds yet another first down on the ground. They've been killing us with that ground gain. Is Martin's, it sets up these passes like this. Got a wide open man on the outside, but we are so lucky that's off target. That was going to go for a really big gain. As it does make it 2nd and 10. Martin dropping back, throwing over to the right-hand side, but it's tipped away. We almost had an interception. If we had our hands on that football, that was going to be returned for 6. But instead does make it 3rd and 10. Martin dropping back. He's looking around. Going to throw it downfield. He's got a man. It's caught off the deflection. Are you serious? Oh, my goodness. I mean, you can't even be mad at the defender for that. He did what he was supposed to do. That was just genuinely some great concentration there. And it gives Philadelphia a goal line situation. But we'll see if they can go ahead and punch it in, though. 3rd and goal coming up for the Dragons. They're moving some guys around. Is Martin in the shotgun, expecting the blitz. Gets to the right-hand side. Going to throw towards the end zone and finds Goff in there. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And the Dragons, they're going to capitalize on their momentum that they got. And they're actually going to go for 2 points here. They're looking to make this a 17-point game, but we will at least deny them of that. So, 2-point conversion is going to be no good. It's still going to be a 19-point lead. We still have a free possession game. We're going to try to make it like free 2 touchdowns and a field goal instead of 3 touchdowns, I guess is the thinking. Other than that, I really don't know why they actually went ahead and went for it, but that's really beyond my knowledge. But also, how about Tyler Tucker making them pay with the special teams? Another score, or almost score. We've been getting some great field position from our special teams. I've loved what Tyler Tucker's been doing. And the rest of the special teams unit, as well as Matt Looney. He's making some guys miss, man. You love to see Matt Looney. He's being skinny with it. That change of direction is absolutely elite. And we haven't even given the football all that much. This will only be his 10th carry of the day. And still doing really good. 85 yards off of 10 carries. But compared to what he's used to doing, it's not that great, you know. But 3rd and 1, going to go ahead and run it with Matt Looney. Do end up getting up that first down. But that being said, it seems like they are really starting to go ahead and load in this box. So we're going to go ahead and pass it here on 1st down. And right away, got to scramble for it. Trying to get it out to the tailback. But the tailback moves at the last second. It caused the incompletion. If you just stayed there, you would have had a 1st down. I hate it when it happens in NCAA or Madden or Maximum Football even. You know, all of those games do that. They seem to move at the very last second, causing those incompletions. And sometimes it leads to interceptions. Now, we didn't get that here, but we're in a 3rd and 10, though. We're going to have to try to chuck it deep downfield. Hit him with the screw it. One of our custom recruits is going to be down there somewhere. As Anderson, he's got time. He's going to throw it over the middle. Finds time with Tucker and falls forward for yet another 1st down. As it does give us a new set of chains to work with right now. But we're going to have to continue to work on this passing game. We got an open slant pattern, but we can't connect on it, though. We had him. But instead, 3rd and 8. Anderson in under center. Got 3 wide receivers and a tight end. Anderson facing pressure, looking down the barrel of the gun and finds Julian Ross in the end zone. Touchdown, South Louisiana. And the Saints improved their lead once more, making it 45-19. And the Dragons, they did score a touchdown on their last possession. We'll see if they can follow it up with a score of their own. We answered the bell. We'll see if they can do it too, as Money does make sure he actually picks up some good set of yards as we get in to the end of this 3rd quarter. Probably will be the last play. They're going to run it here with Money, and Money gets some good running room. Picks up a gain of 7. And something that I don't say very often, man, we need to get those 4s up so that we can try and finish strong. We're looking good, but we can't take them for granted. So let's go, baby. 2nd and 3. Time for our defense to go to work. Let's go to war, fellas, and we got a fumble. Oh, my. We actually got a hand on that, deflected forward. And how about that to get us going here, man? Let's go, baby. And we get some phenomenal field position to work with inside the 30. We're going to hand it off to Matt Looney, who gets to the outside. He got one man to beat, makes that man miss. He does make sure to go ahead. He gets brought down. But we're in the goal line. 6 yards away is Anderson. Hands it off again to Matt Looney, who finds the end zone once more. Touchdown, South Louisiana. And these Saints, man, the number 2 team in the nation, they're going to go ahead and pull away in this one. We will end up scoring another touchdown in garbage time, but Philadelphia, they gave us a fight. You know, if they did a little bit better job in the red zone, this would have certainly been more of a game for sure. But we do take care of business. We win 59-19, despite the fact we did not have as much time possession. And Philadelphia had 500 yards of offense, only had 19 points to show for it. we had around 420 yards, nice, and we had 59 points to show for it. So that was going to be our last big test. I think the remaining games on our regular season schedule should be easier than this, as crazy as it sounds. We got to continue to take care of business. Let's go ahead and check out what we have in store for the next episode of this Maximum Football Dynasty. So we move on and advance to the next week, and even though we won convincingly in our game, we actually moved down a spot. We are actually now the number 3 team in the nation. Look at a potentially dangerous situation that we're in right now. Number 1, Eugene Summit in the Big Pacific Conference, a Power 5 conference. Number 2, the Austin Hawks from the Big Southwest. They are also undefeated right now. Then you got the Blacksburg Bucks, undefeated from the Atlantic Shore, a Power 5 conference. And then to round things out, the last undefeated team in the country right now, the Detroit Majesty, Big North Conference, undefeated Power 5 conference. So if Detroit wins out, Blacksburg wins out, Austin and Eugene wins out, I'm really afraid that we're going to somehow find a way to be on the outside looking in for the college football playoff. It's definitely a tough situation for us because it's frankly nothing that we could control. We'll see if we end up getting left out if that's the case or not. That would be really difficult to take in if that was the case. But it's not anything that we can do about what the other teams do. The only thing that we can worry about right now is going about taking care of the teams that are still on our schedule. In next episode, we got a pretty solid team ahead of us. We got the Orlando Swarm. They are 7-3 right now, and they are also in that race to go to the National Athletic Conference Championship. So they have a lot to play for, and so do we. With that being said, though, it'll be a great one, though, and I am excited to see if we can finish this regular season undefeated. And if you guys are as well, I need you guys to go ahead and do me a favor. Smash that like button for me. Hit those comments up down below. Love reading all your guys' comments, of course. And then, of course, hit that subscribe button as well. I would truly appreciate it if you're brand new. You like that college football. You like that pro gaming content. Well, that being said, this is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off. But I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.